This is the story of Dunoon Ceramics, their family business, their beautiful handmade china mugs, and their relationship with their recommended online retailer, TemptationGifts.com. The Dunoon story is unusual in that they're a British manufacturer that has flourished when so many of their contemporaries have fallen by the wayside. In fact, their worldwide success has been such that in 2009 they had to broaden production of their handmade mugs to factories in other parts of the world to supplement the production in their own kilns in Staffordshire, England. This film was shot at those British headquarters and gives an insight into the time and care which goes into the making of each Dunoon mug.
We've worked with Temptation Gifts for, it must be over 25 years. I remember when the account was opened and it was one shop. It's developed into a number of shops and a fantastic website. They are fantastic people to work with. They do a cracking job for Dunoon. We've been very supportive of Dunoon, and long may it continue. In order to make a mug, you create a plaster of Paris mould, which is like a big plant pot. You pour the liquid clay into the mould. You leave that clay for about 2 minutes, and then you pour away the excess clay, and you are left with a very thin layer where the clay touches the mould. If that mug had been machine made, it would have been thicker. The beauty about a mug made using the slip making process is it follows the form of the mould. Ultimately you finish it with a finer, lighter product. We make a handle in the same process that we make the mug. Any seams on the mug and in the handle have to be taken off by hand using a sponge. It then goes onto a kiln and is fired at approximately 1200 degrees centigrade in what we call the biscuit fire, and that is where you see quite a significant amount of shrinkage in the body of the mug itself. That mug is then ready for glazing. They're all hand dipped, and that's what gives the mug the shiny appearance. It is then fired at about 1080 degrees centigrade. At each process following firings, the mugs are selected. It ensures that every mug going forward in the process is a perfect mug. The printing process is a fantastic process in its own right. It is a series of screen prints where each colour is printed one by one to create a superb multicoloured pattern. That then goes on to the decorating process. The screen printed designs are applied in the form of a decal, and they are hand applied. You will see that you have a litho on the outside, quite often on the inside, on the handle and on the back stamp. That mug is then fired a third and final time at 800 degrees. After that firing, the mugs are selected, packed and dispatched to our customers worldwide.
Temptation carries about 6,000 different products in our stores and on our websites. And when we started in business 25 years ago, maybe 70% of those were made in England, or at least in Britain. Nowadays, we're down to just a very small number of companies, of which Dunoon's a great example. One of the challenges we have to overcome on the web is how we convey to people the quality of a handmade product. Because in the stores you can pick it up, you can see that it's translucent, and we can talk to the customer about the process that goes into making it.
What's happening at the moment in the UK is we've really been left with probably the best retailers in the industry. There's only a handful who probably know really how to do it professionally, and Temptation is certainly one of those.